Hello guys, this is Judge here, or I like Judge. Welcome to one more event guide. We already have one. We have the Wano event guide, and now Franky, Super Franky event. Which is a new event, more or less new now, I guess. But I'm finally getting around to actually making the video for it, and it had to be today because, as you can see, it resets in one day, and I've been kinda procrastinating a bit. So finally today I decided to do it, and I had to because I kind of missed my reset last week. So as you can see, I have more colors than I should. So let's go. Let's get to it. First of all, what is the Frankie event? Well, guys, every time that you see a new event or it's the first time that you're seeing it on your server, always read the description. Okay, there are tips here, how it works, what are the rules. It's always important. I'm not gonna do it because you guys can just do it yourselves, but it's important to do that. All right, we can avoid lots of questions if you just read the tips and the description. All right, and so basically this event is just Frankie drinking colas and then getting rewards for that, and then using those rewards to level this up, the bar at the top here, and get chests, and then use the chests to actually buy stuff from the Frankie warehouse. Okay, that's basically what the event is. And what can you get from colas? So on the left here, you have the items that you can get from drinking colas. So you have pretty good items actually. Of course, the chances are low for the better ones, as it always is, right? But SS shards are pretty nice, as well as many other things. So it's good. It's good. We'll see. We'll do some at least 200 today, so you guys will see. And but how do you get colas exactly, right? I have 350. How did I get them? Well, you can get 10 a day from your dailies. Okay, so every time you do your dailies, I haven't done mine yet because I was busy today, but yeah, here so you see that here I can't see the other ones for some reason it's bugged, but you have 4 here, and then here there's nothing, and then I believe that you get 3 here and 3 here or something like that, and then you get a total of 10, right? So you can get 10 colas per day from your dailies. Okay, and then you can get another 10 here because you can purchase them twice. You have 5 colas here, and then you can purchase them twice. Some people don't do it. I'm going to go through both options of purchasing them or not purchasing them, but this all depends on how much you guys value your diamonds. Some people value them a lot more than others. Some people, of course, are whales and they have lots of diamonds, so it really depends, right? I mean, I want to do this. I want to do it this way, so that's why I'm doing it. But just because I'm doing it doesn't mean that you have to do it. Okay, you can just save. Especially now that we have 2 events that are really, really good for diamonds, right? We'll talk more about the other event next time it comes. It should be next one, so next week. But I'll probably try to make a video about it as well. So basically, an update to the one video. Okay, so now you know how to get colas and what you can get from drinking colas, right? You have the animation and you can do batches of 10, which we will, of course. And then when you drink colas as well, this goes up, right? As I mentioned before. So each one, as you can see here, it says here, so one cola accumulates 1 point, right? So one of these. So 20 colas, you get 20. So you get 20 chests when you reach 20. When you reach 60, you get another 30. When you reach 120, you get another 50, 70, 100, and 150, along with other items as well that you get. These are nice, right? 2-star orange gear is pretty good, right? It's pretty good. And then these items also are really, really good. We don't get enough of them, generally. So yeah, it's nice to have 3,000 of them here, basically. This is what the event is about. Okay, so if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't even need a guide, to be honest, right? It's just user colors and that's it. But people ask all the time, should I save my chests? Should I save my colas so I can drink 200, 300, 500? Because this resets each week, right? Every 7 days it resets. So if you drink like 200 and then 7 days go by, and then it goes back to 0, right? And then you have to go all the way there again. Does that mean that you should just drink colas every day? It's better not to do it, guys, because as we saw during the last merge, some people's progress got reset, some servers. So better to avoid it, okay? Just save up until you get to the point that you want and then drink it all at once, right? Just save up until 60, 120, 200, yeah, whatever. So 20, is it worth doing? No. Just 20 is not worth doing because you just get a lot of leftover cola every week, right? It's not worth it. 60, is it worth doing? It can be worth doing if you don't want gear. Okay, if you don't want gear, then 60 is okay. Yes, you can do 60. It's actually better than 120 if you don't need the gear, right? But for most people, you will need the gear. Actually, in the future, we will have red star gear. So honestly, I don't really know what the requirements are. If you look at the spreadsheet, it's probably there, but I haven't looked to be honest. But we probably need more gear to level up Red Star gear, so I guess gear is worth it, right? So 60, there is that one specific. I know Mercy does it, right? The community manager for the squad, he does it 60 because he says he doesn't need gear, but that's his personal choice. Okay, as you get better at the game, you get better at making actual choices based on your account and your experience. So of course, more experienced players won't even need this guide because they will just look and analyze the actual event, right? But of course, if you're at the beginning or in the middle of the game, of course, it's always good to have other people's perspectives in guides like this. So 120 or 200. Okay, guys. So Future Judge here speaking. I was editing the video and I stopped and thought about the 500 here reward here, and actually you get the orange weapon. Okay, I mean that's nice and all. You think, okay, yeah, we're okay. So this orange weapon uh, is nice, but you do have to save 500, and you have to save for 4 weeks, right? If you're buying colas with diamonds, then you have to save 4 weeks, right? That's a lot, and you're missing out and stuff. Okay, but then I did the actual math for it, and basically it doesn't change. It's every 4 weeks, right? So it's kind of easier to do the maths. I mean, it does change, but it changes uh, like positively, so it doesn't matter. So let's just say that 4 weeks, every 4 weeks you get this, right? And but by doing the math, right, you get 420 chests, right? 420 of these, 3k of 3k crystals, uh, 2 gears, right? Two-star gears, and 8,000 ores, right? 8,000 ores, and then this weapon here. Okay, that's great. And I did 3 months basically. I did the math of 3 months, so that's I'm gonna put it on the screen. So it's 1,260 chests, 9k crystals, 6 gears, 24k ores, and 3 weapons. All right. But the thing is, each weapon, right? The weapon costs 200. We're gonna have a look at this at the video in a bit, right? But it costs 200. So if you convert this to actual chests, then that's another 600 chests every 3 months, right? To a total of 1,860 chests. Now let's have a look at doing 200, right? So in the video I was talking about 120 or 200 and basically saying that 200 is the best one, right? I'm gonna cut the part out now, but that's what I was initially saying. But if you do 200 every 3 months, right? You're going to be able to do it 8 times. So what you're gonna get is 1,360 chests, 24k crystals, 16 gears, right? So yes, you get a lot more gears, you get a lot more crystals, and you get a little bit more chests if you don't take the weapons into account. But you have to, right? You have to take the weapons into account. So even without converting the weapons, it's still only 100 chests more doing the 200, right? 100 chests more than the 500. But the 500 gives you 3 weapons, right? So that's literally 500 extra chests, right? Because 3 weapons are worth 600 chests. So you get 500 extra chests, and you get 24k in 3 months. Of course, you get 24k ores, which are not that easy to get. You know, I have 400 now, and I mean, getting 24k is not really that fast to get. They are not difficult, but they're not easy to get either. So I mean, I'm a 500 believer now. I think I'm just gonna do 500, even though I started 200 for the video, which you guys are gonna see in a bit. Well, I changed my mind, and this is how it is. I do believe this is how it should be done. unless you really want the crystals, right? These crystals here, and you really want the gear, right? If you want the gear and the crystals, yes, it's better to do 200. That's not has not changed. Um, but overall, especially if you're planning on buying the weapons here, then yeah, it's definitely worth doing the 500, judging by the math itself. Okay, well, that's it. I'm gonna go back to past judge now. Enjoy the video. And also there is the case where you're free to play. Let's say you don't want to spend diamonds because you want to save your diamonds for Wano or for the other event, the group buying event. There's the new one which has great deals for diamonds, and it's probably going to be even better during Wano. We'll find out next week, I guess. So what you're gonna do? So you only have 70 colas per week, right? So what I recommend you do in that case is you either do 60 if you don't need the gear, right? But I don't think that's going to be the case, right? If you want to save diamonds and you're free to play, then you probably need the gear. So yeah, it's not the case for you. Okay, future judge here again, interrupting the video once more, just to say that actually, right? I was about to say that 120 is better because it's faster, but one thing that you need to keep in mind if you're free to play or low VIP is that you need patience, basically, right? And patience does pay off most of the times. And since I looked at the 500 for buying diamonds, I also looked at it without buying diamonds. And well, let's just say that I came to a different conclusion this time. Basically, right? Let's just have a look here. So if you're not buying diamonds, I mean, if you're not buying colas with diamonds, then well, it's a different story because it's going to take longer, right? You only get 70 per week, but still, I did the math for 4 months because that's how long it takes for you to get twice, right? You get this one twice, the 500. So let's do so for 4 months, right? You can get if you do the 120 reward. Right, you do it basically every 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks. So in total you get 900 chests, 27k crystals, 9 gears. Right, pretty good. If you do the 200 rewards, right, again around every 3 weeks or so, maybe 2, 3 weeks sometimes, you're going to get 850 chests, 15k crystals, 10 gears. Right, that's every 4 months. And then if you do the 500, I'm skipping the 300 because if you're doing 3, you might as well do 5, right? So if you do 500, you're going to get 840 chests, 6k crystals, 4 gears, and then you get 16k ores and 2 weapons, right? Orange weapon selection chest. That's every 4 months. Right, so if you noticed, right, you get more chests for the 120, but if you remember that I mentioned before, the weapon is worth 200 chests, right? Each weapon. So especially if you're planning on buying weapons anyway, then the 500 chests is much better even for free to play, right? Even though it takes longer for it to pay off, it is better. It does give you more chests overall, right? And it does give you 16k ores, which are also very needed in general, right? But if you need gears, okay, I just want the gears, I don't care about anything else, then it's better for you to do 200, because that's where you get more gears. But if you want the crystals, it's better to do the 120, because you get many more crystals doing the 120. And also, I mean, you only get one less gear in the 120 compared to the 200. So honestly, I'll just go for the 120. If you're free to play, 120 is still better. I was gonna say that before, and I still think it is better if you're taking into account only the crystals and the gears. But if you take into account the chests, then yeah, I do believe the toolbox, right? I should call it toolbox. Too late now, but yeah, it's well, it's much better to do the 500 because in total, you get what 1,440 chests, right? Instead of the 900 from the 120, which is like 540 more, and it's just so much better. And for free to play, you kind of have to be patient, so it does pay off in the end. Right, and that's the last time I'll interrupt. Let's go have a look at the rest of the video now. And then what can you do with those chests? Well, basically, this is what you can buy, right? So you can get Snakeman Luffy. Of course, it's not that great of a unit it's by itself, but it's used for affinities, right? So some affinities they require Snake Man Luffy, for example, Nami or Boa Hancock. They need him, so yeah, it's quite necessary to get him. So this is a good place to get him. Otherwise, you're gonna have to get him from 1-0 or from a spin event, which are both more expensive, most likely. Um, of course, it's gonna take some time, right? It might take you a couple, like 4 months or so to get him if you're buying diamonds or more, if you're not. But it's an option. You can get him from here, and we don't know if the card is going to change. We hope it will change, but we don't know if it will change and when it will change. Well, the developers know, and they'll tell us at some point, I guess. What else can you get? Okay, so let's start from the stuff that you shouldn't get. I don't think you should get any of these unless you're really desperate for them, like desperate for ancient stones or for the sea stone refined gem. I mean, if you're really desperate, but I wouldn't recommend it to be honest, because you have much better options here. You have 4-star gear, which is really difficult to get otherwise. I mean, it's not difficult; it just takes a long time and it's very expensive to get, or like over a long period of time. So it's nice to have them here. You basically just skip one long period of getting one 4-star gear piece, right? There's 3 star as well, which is nice, I guess, but I wouldn't get 3 stars if you can just save a bit more and get 4 stars. I don't think it's worth it. Because basically three 3-star gears make one, right? So it's the same price you think, right? But no, it's not the same because when you do the conversion, you also spend the sea stone crystals, right? So here you're doing the same thing but not spending crystals, which is nice. Yeah, and then you have some other items here, which are the orange gear, a selection one, so you can select which weapon you want. You have SS Carters, you have level 5 Haki, right? And then you have Mirage Souls. So I believe these options are much better. Okay, so either 4-star gear or Snake Man Luffy if you want him, or these options here. So weapons, awesome, they're great. You need them. You need a lot of them later on. SS Carters, you probably be desperate for them at some point, so it's an option. I mean, I wouldn't, to be honest. There are cheaper places to get them, but it's an option. Not that good, but it is. Level 5 Haki, the problem is that you can get a bad Haki, a Haki that you don't want, so it's risky. It's a very risky option. And the safest option, apart from gear and the 4-star, sorry, apart from the weapon and the 4-star gear, is definitely the Mirage Souls. This is a very good deal, in my opinion, right? You can get 150 for 300 chests, or 100 for 200. It's the same price basically. Because okay, they're very cheap in Wano. Yeah, you can get like 10 kimonos. You can get 200 of them or something. They're very cheap there. But if you're not spending kimonos on this in one, you can spend kimonos on other stuff, which is awesome as well, right? So I believe that 10 kimonos also buy an orange gear, if I'm not mistaken. So you can, I'm going to double check, but I believe the Mirage Souls here might be more expensive than the weapon. So if you want both, it's better to get the weapon from here and the Mirage Souls from Wano. But I'll double check and then I'll put it in writing here on the left or the right. Okay. And that's basically it for the rewards. Right now, I'm just gonna go and drink. Let's go. Let's see the animation. It's actually the first time that I do it. So let's see how it looks. Come on. Oh, you have to actually click. Oops. Alright, super. Let's go. Okay. Alright, so let's see the stuff. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. I mean, I got quite unlucky to be honest, but let's go. I don't want the animation every time. I'm gonna just turn it off next time. Okay, I got some crystals and one summoning scroll. Alright, let's just keep going. I'm gonna do 200, so I'll just go fast. I'm gonna go for. Oh, I got gear. Nice. And this stuff, I mean, I mean, I'm overlooking this, but this stuff is pretty useful, right? For your earrings and for stuff like that, it's pretty useful. Ooh, nice, 6 hours. These are always good. The only thing I really don't want to get here are those purple things that you can get from the marine challenge. Is it marine challenge? I think it is, yeah. From the boat event. Yeah, these ones. Like, I don't want this at all. Like, I have so many of them left over. Like, anything else is okay, but that. As you can see, it's nothing special. Oh, okay, no. I thought I had done 220, but no, I have 220 left. Okay, let's not do it like I did in 1.0 that I just used all my diamonds without realizing. I'm not gonna use all my colas here. Ooh, 1 star gear. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's one of the most difficult ones, right? Yeah. So these are the rarer ones. I have these ones on the left. Okay. I mean, if I can get 10, 6 hours, nice. If I can get 10 of these summon scrolls, nice as well, even though I have lots. But the mythic ones, this would be really good. The mystics, not mythic, mystic tokens as well. If I could get them, would be really, really nice. And then this is the last one. Oh, I got one of them. It's not so bad, I guess. Not so bad. All right, there we go. So now I just make sure you claim your chests right before resets. I'm not sure if you get them in the mail if you don't claim them like this. So make sure you do. There you go. Now I have 150 left over, and next week I'm gonna do another 200, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's a pretty good event. It's continuous, so it's always going to be here. So you guys can just take your time, just save up, don't rush, make sure you don't overuse, right? Don't do like 210, 290, imagine do 290 and then it resets. That's really bad. You just wasted 90 colas basically, right? So there you go, have fun. I'll see you guys in the next guide or in the next video. We'll probably have a video next week for the 1 update, but I'm also working on the beginners video that I lost. I lost 1 hour recording of that, so I got pretty annoyed and I gave up on it. But I'll try again in a few weeks or days. I promise I'll try. And we'll also have the event planned, right? To have a live stream planned for the next update. So when the next update drops, Faker promised that it's going to be this month, so at the end of the month probably. And when it drops, I'll wait 1 or 2 days and then I'll do a live stream going through everything that changed and talking to you guys on Discord. Right, it's gonna be fun. Right. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Take care.